Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video. Now in the last episode we built the naturally spawning mob grinder. And it's great. It's great. However, there's one slight issue. It is too short. So instead of fixing this problem by just raising the entire structure by an amount, because obviously that's very tedious, instead I'm gonna just dig the bottom of it further into the ground, right? And hopefully that'll be a decent enough solution. Let's see. I'm gonna just take these torches really quickly and just continue this grid pattern here as far as I can take it. I simply just don't want to leave myself vulnerable while using this grinder. Ugh, my eyes itchy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Just gonna make sure the entire perimeter is even with this torch placement, which it is absolutely not. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, a new build of the game came out today, but I forgot to update to it. I'm still on 1.5. Should probably do that, but you know, since I'm here, I'll let that mistake permeate throughout this video, as I'm sure it will be very prevalent and not at all completely insignificant to what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this one's tough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then. All right, there you go. Follows the whole way around. Now this is great, but it needs to be taller. Or, well, as I said, I'm just gonna end up digging it further into the ground instead, so I don't have to actually raise the structure by any height. I'm gonna just dig about this far into the ground. Alright, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. It does not need to be that much taller, just a smidge. And I hope that by raising this, it'll be enough. Alright. Let's just kill you so I can change the height of this safely. And see, all the monsters just don't come anywhere near this because they spawn far enough out. And then put torches down here. I can just put labs there, and there we go. I'm not 100% sure if this is enough. That I've lowered it by. Because it used to be here. Now it's a few blocks, only just a few blocks lower down here. It's just all about creating enough distance between myself and here. That way stuff doesn't... Because when stuff is a certain distance away from you, it starts spawning. So there needs to be like a gap, right? Which I might actually lower this by another block for that exact reason. It just still doesn't feel like enough. Alright. Well, there we go. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but I did just about all I could to help it at the very least. Since I still have 40 torches on me, I might as well use them to illuminate the surrounding area a little bit more. Illuminate towards my house first, since that's the part of this that needs the most illumination, because there's a dark spot between my house and this grinder here, which could cause some issues if I want to use it at night. So just illuminating maybe not the surrounding area necessarily, but the area leading up to it would be wise. Wait a sec. Oh, wait. Once it's aligned, I see. There was a creeper like here, but I think he might have despawned. Definitely looks like it anyways. But I'm not seeing him. Like anywhere, so I think I'm good. Yeah. And the reason why I'm spacing these out evenly is so everything is evenly lit and I get the most efficiency I can out of these torches, because the light level of this torch is 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. In the middle, the light level is 10, assuming it's a flat surface, but since it's not, it goes 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, right? And these two are 9 because there's a hill dividing them. Because you can't space them apart like 6, because you have to assume that it's a perfectly flat surface, or else there's going to be dark spots to which stuff can still spawn. So I like around 3 or 4 I feel is the sweet spot, to where you get enough area coverage out of the torches, but you also still illuminate everything. Yeah. You hurt, dude. Oh my fucking god. Dude. I'm gonna... Jesus Christ. When they said they buffed those guys, they weren't kidding. You can't even swim to get them anymore. If you're in the water and they're attacking you, the only thing you can do is go the opposite direction or shoot them, because you can't get to them. Jesus. Alright, well, at the very least, there's a lot more illumination going on now, so in theory, both during the day and the night, the spawner should be more efficient. Although I suppose to maximize efficiency, the illumination would also have to include underground, but I don't have that kind of luxury, so... I think it might be too tall now. Yeah, it's too tall. Because now... they're dying before I can get to them. Yeah. Okay, that's like the absolute maximum height it can be. Here. This is as... just to make the entire floor dirt. There you go. This is as tall as it can be without them dying from the fall. So, maximum efficiency is this. Problem being is I think there's still space underneath this, like underground, where stuff can still spawn. Okay, let's take the coordinates. I'm gonna write this down on a like a good old pen and paper. So I'm going to take the X and Z coordinates. The Y coordinate doesn't matter, but the X and Z coordinate of where I'm standing. So Negative 2, 11 and a half. And a half is important. And then 10, 22 and a half. Okay. And then we go to the other end here. And then we take these, which is negative 192 and a half and negative, and positive 1041 and a half. So now I can illuminate the square area of that going all the way down into the ground, which I see. If I press F3 and B, I can turn on the visibility of hitboxes. Yeah, okay, so there's definitely... It works when I'm standing next to it. But I'm pretty certain that there's some area underneath this where they can still spawn. Because it's not very frequent. So... I'm gonna go grab some ladders, and I'm gonna dig pilot holes into the ground at each of the 4 corners. Well, pilot holes is... No, actually pilot hole would be the correct term, because I'm investigating an area. Yeah. And it's my means of getting into that area and orienting myself. So, yeah, actually, those are pilot holes. Sort of. Just distribute these sticks as evenly as I can here. Alright. I'm going to need some torches. I believe I have some in here. Wait, were there also ladders in here? No. Okay. Yeah, so let's just dig some ladders. Tools. Do I have... I do have a spare... I have a spare couple of iron picks, so I'm gonna combine these two. And then I'm gonna take this spare one with me. Alright, so on each of these 4 corners, I'm gonna dig pilot holes all the way down to the bottom of the world, and I'm going to place ladders as I go as a safety precaution. See, so that way I can crouch. I mean, I don't think I have to worry when I'm really high up like this. Once I get down to, like, say, y equals 20 or something, that's when I have to start worrying and taking things slow. And I can't spawn on the ladders, so I don't really have to worry about illuminating the shaft. Down to the bottom here. reason why I'm crouching like this is that so if there's lava beneath me at any point, I can safely just climb back up the ladder and not have to deal with it. Oh, hey, diamonds. Wasn't that very nice and convenient? Oh, it's a pretty big vein of this stuff, too, it seems. Alright. I mean, I don't exactly have my fortune pick anymore, so it's not that mine is, like, normal, but hey, that's pretty good. Let's block this off here. Alright, so there's nothing there. I'm gonna need to make more ladders and get more spare pickaxes, so to put a pause on the other 3 pilot holes for a second. So I can get, you know, ladders. Alright, this is just all in the name of optimizing the efficiency of this grinder. Just throw this stuff in here. Alright, let's... harvest the, remember the sun's going down. Take a nap first, then... I'm glad I just keep some saplings for these trees. Like in my... Oop. In my chest, because placing these is a nightmare sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna go in and grab some spare tools and make a shit ton of ladders. The fact that you have been trapped here for... how long has it been now? Like, more than a year at this point. It is truly impressive. How you could be so stupid to not get yourself out of that situation. Alright, I need... to get rid of some things in my inventory. So it's grass there, but no, just don't have any more. Probably not gonna need I'll put it away because I'll just be grabbing more on my way down. Grab spare pickaxes. Alright. And perfect. Alright. I have a shit ton more ladders now, so hopefully that'll be sufficient for digging the remaining holes. The reason why I marked down the coordinates is not so I can remember them when digging the pile holes up here, but it's so I know what area underground needs to be illuminated. Just keep digging and digging and digging and digging. Alright, I can hear lava. Let's start doing the crouching thing. I can hear that there's most definitely caves some... That's a sec. I can hear with my ears that there's almost definitely a cave of some sort underneath this grinder. So getting rid of it is definitely going to be a priority of some sort. Not getting rid of it, but illuminating it. Don't really need to get rid of a cave. Although this might be a good place to double as like a vertical mine, like I did in the first world. Well, I guess I also did a vertical mine in the second one, but it only went halfway down to meet with the stairs. It's sort of like a quick access route. Which, I mean, it's quick the way down. But yeah, I think there's nothing here either. At least nothing directly in the corner here. I'm just doing my best to investigate the perimeter first. Because if there's nothing in the perimeter, that means the area I have to illuminate is fairly small. Like if I have less area to zero in on, then it makes finding out what's not illuminated a lot easier for me. Because I can just go, oh, well, I know it's not anywhere between... I know it's not anywhere past this point. You see, that's one of the things I can't have possibly accounted for is the that. Let's just go down into the mines here. Oh, hey, slimes. Slimes? What the fuck? You guys never show up. I never see you. Oh, don't mind if I do. I'm gonna just beat the shit out of you. I'm always happy to get slime. Also, did I hear the sound of my tools burning? I mean, I don't really care that much because I didn't really have much that couldn't be replaced, but... Man. Well, let's see what lived. That... Tell me the ladders lived, at least. That's the most important part. I need the ladders. Yeah. Okay, well... My bow lived, and... Yeah, pretty much everything lived. The ladders, too. Something burned, but it definitely wasn't anything important, because I still have everything I need to continue doing this job as I was. Yeah. Okay, well, this is useful to know. Let's see, it needs to be less than -211, but greater than -192 on the X. Okay, yeah. And then... Alright, so it's within this area here that I need to illuminate. See how this works? I just dig the pilot holes, and then when I get underground, I use what I wrote on my pen and paper to help orient me as to where I'm supposed to illuminate the caves. Not necessarily the most efficient method possible, but it does make sure that I don't miss anything. Every last inch gets covered this way. Okay, well, there's definitely some dark spots up high that I need to take care of, and that's probably the most painful part when coming across a ravine like this that I need to illuminate. Is it means I have to do a lot of scaffolding and whatnot, which in a way only creates even more dark spots that need to be illuminated. It's a pain in the ass. It's got to get done, but it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, this is an area that is entirely not illuminated that needs to be illuminated here, which is actually probably where the majority of the hostile mob spawning outside of that grinder is taking place. So I should be cautious here because that means that literally everything that's not going in the spawner is going here. And considering how not efficient it was operating, that means that there's probably quite a lot down here that I need to be fighting off. So let's be careful. Let's see. All right. I can now ignore going anything past this because here is the furthest I need to go on the X. Now I just do some shit in this direction. And now, since I've completely illuminated this part, I know that I'm safe from here, so I can just take pot shots and they can't do shit. Alright. Well, now that that part is fully dug out, let's just finish digging my pilot hole here. I still need to make sure that there's nothing below this. I mean, considering how far down we are, that's practically an impossibility. But it's always good to check. Let's have apples. The potatoes are nourishing in comparison to the apples, and I want to save them for when I need them. But yeah, that's 3 of 4 pilot holes now dug. And I'd say this is going pretty well. I now only have 1 more that needs to be dug out. Alright. Now I know there's a big fucking ravine down beneath me. I'm gonna do my best to be precautious of that and just crouch the entire way down. Alright. It's a very strange sound for breaking ladders, don't you think? Now, I am hearing noises to my right, but since they're to my right, that means they're outside of the spawner's exclusion zone, and therefore I don't have to pay too much attention to that. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Well, I don't have to crouch for a while because I can dig these knowing confidently what's beneath me. And that being precisely nothing. And this one is also aligned with a little tunnel here. It's nice and convenient. Alright. Well, I've dug pilot holes and sufficiently lit up the area beneath the spawner, or at least I hope so. I think that just giving this a couple minutes of testing will be enough to prove that what's gone on this episode has in fact meant something. Why don't you come on down? Take a sec, but They'll get it. Come on. And you guys take forever. There you go. Suppose this is just something that's going to get fixed in a future build of the game, because Jesus Christ, I'm not adding a piston system to this. But yeah, if I go up here, you can hear them. Not as many of them as I would have hoped, but they're there. And that's all that matters. So, I'd say that's a job decently well done. That's good enough for me. So, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.